Have you ever wondered why some relationships seem to withstand the test of time, while others crumble under pressure? In today's video, we'll explore the invaluable lessons my grandmother shared with me, wisdom she gained over 92 years of life about love, trust, and the importance of nurturing relationships. From navigating infidelity to keeping the flame of passion alive in marriage, her timeless advice offers guidance for anyone at a crossroads. Stay with us until the end, because these hard-earned truths might just be what you need to strengthen your own relationships and find clarity in life's toughest decisions. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Popular wisdom tells us that grandmothers are the cherished keepers of life's most invaluable lessons, repositories of both wisdom and experience, offering not just advice but heart-shaped pearls of insight that help us navigate even the most tangled paths of life. My grandmother, a woman whose words carried the weight of countless years and a heart overflowing with empathy, was a beacon of light in my life, especially when it came to the labyrinthine matters of love and relationships. Her thoughtful, tender words always seemed to arrive at just the right moment, offering solace, strength, or guidance. And it's her wisdom, bathed in love and experience, that I feel compelled to share with you today. In this video, I'll unravel some of the most priceless pieces of advice she gave me, diving deep into subjects that are often difficult to discuss. Infidelity, the often misunderstood dynamics of relationships with significant age gaps, and the profound importance of maintaining love and sexual desire within the sacred bond of marriage. These lessons are not mere thoughts. They are hard-won truths, forged over the course of a lifetime spent in observation, reflection, and love. They are the words that carried me through some of the most difficult choices in life and have the power to do the same for anyone at a crossroads, seeking clarity in the often confusing landscape of human relationships. One of the first and most impactful lessons my grandmother imparted to me was the unshakable importance of trust. To her, trust was not just the foundation but the very soul of any relationship. Without trust, she would say, love can't survive the storms life throws at it. Her views on infidelity were raw and unwavering. She saw it not merely as an act of betrayal but as a symptom of something deeply fractured within a relationship. A wound that, if left untreated, would fester and eventually destroy any semblance of love. For her, the path forward was always communication, no matter how painful. She believed that talking openly about these wounds was the only way to heal, to repair the cracks before they splinter into something irreparable. She would often say, if you feel the ground shaking beneath you, don't wait until it crumbles. Start rebuilding right away. When it came to love and intimacy within a marriage, my grandmother was nothing short of revolutionary for her time. She refused to accept the idea that passion inevitably fades as the years roll by. To her, desire wasn't something that died with age, but something that needed nurturing, like a delicate flower that both partners must care for if they want it to bloom continually. She believed in the power of sexual intimacy, seeing it as one of the most genuine and pure expressions of love and commitment. Love is not just in the words you say, but in the way you touch, in the way you make each other feel desired, even after decades together, she once said. To her, keeping that flame alive was not optional but essential for a marriage that could stand the test of time. She encouraged couples to never let the pressures of daily life extinguish the fire that brought them together in the first place. In her words, a marriage without passion is like a house without warmth. It can stand, but it won't ever feel like home. My grandmother also had a surprisingly balanced and nuanced view when it came to relationships between older men and younger women. She understood that love does not bow to societal norms or expectations, and in many cases, age was merely a number. But she was also wise enough to see the challenges such relationships might face. Love knows no age, she would say, but life experience does. She emphasized the importance of shared values, mutual respect, and understanding the different stages of life each partner was in. According to her, it wasn't the age gap that posed the biggest challenge, but whether both people were walking toward the same future, with aligned dreams and goals. The advice she shared wasn't just relevant in her time, it is timeless, echoing with truths that are as powerful today as they were decades ago. Her voice, though quiet now, still lives on through these words, and by sharing them, I hope they serve as a guiding light for anyone grappling with the complexities of love, trust, and the profound journey of human connection. My grandmother's wisdom is a gift, and through this video, I offer it to you, so that you too may find comfort, clarity, and hope in the midst of life's most challenging decisions. If love is blind, the wallet is the first to restore sight. This wasn't just a witty remark, it was her way of warning that, in love, money often becomes the silent judge, revealing intentions people try to keep hidden. Infidelity is like a rotten recipe. No matter how carefully you prepare it, everyone ends up sickened and starving for real nourishment. Her words cut through the surface, highlighting the devastation that betrayal brings, leaving both hearts shattered and trust irreparably broken. Some people change partners as easily as they change clothes, believing they can rack up fidelity points, when in reality, they're just left with emotional overdrafts. She believed that hopping from one relationship to another without learning from mistakes only deepens the wounds. She claimed to love him for his inner beauty, but it turns out the only inside she cared about was the depth of his wallet. My grandmother had a sharp eye for those who confuse love with financial security, a tragic misstep that robs both parties of genuine connection. In the complex maze of relationships, everyone's searching for the right path, but too often they ignore their emotional GPS, leaving them lost in the wilderness of confusion and heartache. She always said love was a journey requiring careful navigation, but without emotional awareness, even the strongest relationships could veer off course. Sex in marriage is like cell phone service. The advertisements promise great coverage, but reality shows the signal can fade when you need it most. She never shied away from acknowledging the challenges couples face in keeping passion alive, emphasizing that emotional and physical connection requires ongoing attention. Infidelity is the ultimate crucible for love. Some emerge purified by the flames, stronger and more committed, while others are simply consumed by the fire, left with nothing but ashes. For her, betrayal was a defining moment, a test that few relationships survive unscathed. They say love is a game with no rules, but even in games, the joker appears only to sow chaos, and in matters of the heart, the stakes are much too high for reckless moves. She believed that love demands respect, and playing with hearts as if they're cards in a deck leads only to sorrow. She admired his charm and success so deeply, she couldn't resist checking if his heart was as full as his bank account. My grandmother was always cautious of those who measure love by material wealth, knowing it leads to empty relationships devoid of true intimacy. In love, it's crucial to keep the flame of passion burning bright, but never let it rage so fiercely that it burns everything you've built together to the ground. For her, balance was everything. Too little warmth, and love fades. Too much, and it becomes destructive. Relationships are like gymnastics. They require flexibility, strength, and constant practice. But don't forget the most important skill, stretching your patience to its fullest extent. She understood that love was never easy, but with the right balance of effort and endurance, it could become the most rewarding act of all. Her words resonate deeply, a timeless reminder that love is as fragile as it is powerful, and it requires both wisdom and care to truly flourish. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. He was as faithful as a politician during election season. Loyalty was merely a campaign promise, and the moment temptation called, he switched sides without hesitation. This highlights the painful truth about those who pledge commitment, but are all too quick to abandon it when the allure of something new comes along. Sex in marriage is like high-speed internet. When it's good, it connects you in ways you can't imagine. But when the signal drops, frustration and distance quickly set in. This captures the bittersweet reality that intimacy, like technology, needs constant maintenance or it can easily fade. They say money can't buy love, but let's be honest, it certainly opens doors to a better market, where the illusion of love can sometimes shine brighter than the real thing. My grandmother always warned that while money can't guarantee love, it does have a way of making people more susceptible to illusions of affection. Infidelity is like dieting. There's always a slip between intention and action, and once the taste of indulgence crosses your lips, it's hard to stop craving more, even though you know it's bad for you. She believed betrayal starts small, like an innocent cheat day, but quickly spirals out of control, damaging everything in its wake. In the stock market of love, some people invest their hearts fully, risking everything for the chance of a lasting return, while others pull out early, too afraid of the pain that comes with loss. Love, for her, was an emotional gamble. Some risked it all, while others ran the moment it got tough. She claimed to seek a man rich in character, but her eyes couldn't help but drift toward the numbers on his bank statement, revealing her inner conflict between love and security. This captures the silent tension many face between the allure of financial stability and the desire for genuine connection. Relationships are like books. Some you devour with passion and pleasure, others feel like homework, and then there are those you put down unfinished, never to pick up again. My grandmother knew that love, much like literature, could either captivate or leave you feeling trapped, unable to continue but too invested to walk away easily. Cheating is like scratching an itch. At first it feels like harmless relief, but soon enough, you've clawed so deep you don't even realize the damage you've done until it's too late to stop. For her, infidelity wasn't just a mistake. It was an addictive behavior that escalates beyond control, leaving scars that never truly heal. Her words carried the weight of experience, a blend of humor and hard truths that spoke to the complexities of love, loyalty, and the pitfalls of human nature. Through her wisdom, she reminded me that relationships require constant nurturing and vigilance, lest they fall victim to the very temptations they were meant to withstand. Love may be blind, but marriage opens your eyes like an exceptional eye clinic, revealing truths you never saw coming. My grandmother often said this with a knowing smile, emphasizing that once the honeymoon phase ends, reality sets in, and the blindfold of infatuation comes off, revealing the true nature of both partners. She didn't need a prince on a white horse, but she couldn't resist one with a sleek, imported car parked in the driveway. Her words echoed the harsh truth that, for some, material wealth often sways the heart more than the noble character we romanticize. Infidelity is the one thing you lose that rewards you with more. More broken trust, more shattered peace, and a deep, irreparable loss of respect. My grandmother understood that betrayal doesn't just take away from a relationship. It leaves behind a chasm filled with pain and regret, one that's almost impossible to bridge. In today's relationships, till death do us part feels less binding than till the Wi-Fi disconnects, where communication dies with a signal, and hearts drift apart. She always believed that modern love, often entangled in technology, suffers when people forget that true connection lies beyond a screen. Sex, like software, requires constant updates. Without the right maintenance, it lags, malfunctions, and leaves both parties frustrated and disconnected. She never shied away from talking about the necessity of keeping the flame alive, urging couples to prioritize intimacy before their relationship turns cold and unresponsive. If infidelity were a school subject, many would graduate with a PhD, summa cum laude, because mastering betrayal comes all too easily for those who fail to value trust. Her words cut to the core, reminding me that cheating is often treated like an art form, perfected by those who take love lightly and loyalty for granted. They say money can't buy happiness, but it certainly negotiates better terms in the contract of love, where financial security can often mask emotional poverty. My grandmother always recognized the complex dance between love and money, knowing that while it can't buy true joy, it can create a comforting illusion of stability. Passion is that wild friend who lures you in with promises of excitement, but always leaves you cleaning up the mess afterward. For her, passion was a double-edged sword, thrilling and intoxicating, but dangerous if left unchecked, capable of burning everything down in its wake. He promised eternal loyalty, but it turned out to be more of a quick start, abrupt end deal, where words of devotion faded as fast as they were spoken. She saw through the shallow vows of those who make grand promises, but lack the integrity to follow through when challenges arise. In relationships, you have to know how to cook, a pinch of romance to keep things sweet, a spoonful of humor to lighten the mood, and never let jealousy simmer or boil over. She often compared love to a delicate recipe, where balance is everything. Too much of one ingredient, and the whole dish becomes bitter. Truth is the bedrock of love. Without it, any relationship is a house built on sand, doomed to collapse at the first sign of trouble. For her, honesty wasn't just a virtue. It was the very foundation upon which all love should be built, because without it, everything crumbles. Whoever plants the seeds of infidelity reaps a harvest of loneliness, because once trust is broken, it's harder to grow back than any love ever was. This was her final warning, a reminder that betrayal doesn't just end a relationship. It leaves the betrayer to live with the bitter fruits of isolation and regret. Her wisdom, wrapped in humor and truth, was always a reminder that love is both fragile and fierce, a delicate balance between passion and patience, trust and tenderness. Love is not measured by the size of the wallet but by the depth of the soul's connection, where true wealth is found in shared moments, unspoken understanding, and the bond that grows stronger with every trial faced together. My grandmother always reminded me that while material things fade, the richness of a deep connection is what truly sustains love through time. Infidelity is a road paved with deception and betrayal, and once you choose to walk down it, there's no turning back. Only the heartbreak of realizing you've lost your way home to trust, peace, and everything you once held dear. She would often say that betrayal doesn't just hurt, it leaves you stranded in a place where the return to what was once safe and loving is forever out of reach. Respect is the most valuable currency in a relationship, and when spent carelessly, it becomes a debt so great that no amount of apology can repay it. To her, respect was the foundation of everything, and once squandered, it leaves behind an emptiness that love alone can never fill. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Relationships are like delicate mirrors. Once shattered, you can try to piece them back together, but no matter how much glue you use, the cracks will always remain, a silent reminder of what was once whole. My grandmother knew that while forgiveness is possible, the scars of betrayal never fully fade, and they forever change the landscape of love. Loyalty is a masterpiece, rare and irreplaceable, a work of art crafted through trust and devotion. Once lost, it can never be replicated, and its absence leaves a void that no imitation can fill. She believed that true loyalty is one of the most beautiful and fragile gifts you can offer someone, and losing it is like losing something precious beyond repair. Investing in open, honest communication is like making deposits in the bank of love. The more you invest, the richer your relationship becomes, not in material wealth but in understanding, trust, and the kind of connection that money can't buy. My grandmother often spoke of love as a delicate balance that required constant nurturing, with communication being the lifeblood that keeps it thriving. In the marketplace of love, honesty is not just the best policy, it's the only policy that has real value. Everything else is just superficial negotiation, lacking the true substance that makes love last. She always emphasized that without honesty, love is nothing more than a transaction, empty and devoid of real meaning. True love isn't a game of power or possession, but a sacred pact, a partnership built on mutual growth, where respect flows freely and unconditionally, nourishing both souls in their journey together. My grandmother believed that real love wasn't about control or dominance, but about lifting each other up, side by side, through the highs and lows. If love were a book, sincerity would be the preface, the essential introduction that sets the tone for everything that follows. Without it, the story loses its meaning, and every chapter that comes after is tainted by doubt and mistrust. To her, sincerity was the bedrock of any meaningful relationship, the element that gives love its authenticity and power. Her wisdom, born from years of life experience, serves as a reminder that love is fragile yet powerful, requiring constant care, truth, and respect to truly flourish. Infidelity is a shortcut that leads straight to loss, a path littered with the broken pieces of trust and love. Those who choose to walk it rarely reach a happy destination, instead finding themselves stranded in a wasteland of regret and shattered dreams. My grandmother often warned that betrayal promises an easy escape, but it never leads to anything but pain and heartache. Respect is the backbone of any relationship. Without it, love weakens, bending under the weight of neglect and dishonesty until it finally snaps. leaving nothing but broken fragments where a strong bond once stood. For her, respect was not optional. It was the core strength that held everything else together, and without it, even the strongest love would eventually crumble. Cheating is a seed that should never be planted, for once it takes root, it grows into a towering tree of regret, casting shadows over every moment of happiness that love once brought. She often compared betrayal to planting a poison. Once it starts to grow, its bitter fruits are impossible to escape. Relationships aren't like bank accounts where you can withdraw what you haven't deposited. Emotional investment is essential, and without putting in the time, effort, and love, you'll find yourself bankrupt in the currency of trust and connection. My grandmother knew that love requires constant nourishment. Without giving, there's nothing left to take. Trust is like crystal, precious, clear, and fragile. Once shattered, even if you manage to glue it back together, the cracks will always be visible, reminding you that something once whole is now forever marked by brokenness. She saw trust as something irreplaceable, its beauty ruined once damaged, no matter how hard you try to repair it. In a relationship, patience is like a well-tended garden. Love doesn't grow overnight. It blossoms with daily care, attention, and the willingness to nurture it through all seasons, both stormy and calm. She believed that patience wasn't just a virtue in love, it was the water that kept it alive, ensuring it flourished even in tough times. If infidelity is a road that leads to nowhere, then honesty is the map that keeps us on the right path, guiding us through the twists and turns of life's challenges and ensuring we never lose our way in the labyrinth of deceit. To her, honesty wasn't just important, it was the compass that kept love moving in the right direction. Relationships are like intricate dances, requiring perfect coordination, rhythm, and most importantly, two partners who are fully committed to not stepping on each other's toes. Without that mutual care, the dance falters and the harmony is lost. She often compared love to a dance, graceful when both partners move in sync, but chaotic when one steps out of rhythm. True love doesn't just sing in the light when everything is easy and bright. It also whispers in the dark, offering comfort and guidance when the world feels cold, using the light of truth and trust to navigate through the toughest nights. My grandmother believed that love's real strength is shown in the hard times, when honesty and trust are the only things that keep you going. Deceiving someone is like cutting the delicate threads that sustain the bridge of communication. Once that bridge collapses, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild, and the chasm left behind becomes harder to cross with each lie. She saw lies as the ultimate destroyer of connection, severing the ties that hold people together, often beyond repair. Love without respect is like a house built without a foundation. It may stand for a while, appearing stable on the surface, but at the first sign of trouble, it collapses, revealing the fragile structure that was never truly solid. For her, respect was the bedrock of love. Without it, everything else was doomed to fall apart. True love is not something you simply find. It's something you build, day by day, with patience, understanding, and above all, a deep respect for each other. It's a lifelong construction project that requires care and dedication every single day. She always emphasized that love wasn't a destination but a journey, one that needed constant effort and respect to thrive. Her wisdom captured the fragile yet powerful essence of love, a reminder that while relationships are built on tenderness and affection, they require respect, trust, and honesty to truly last. Loyalty is the music that true lovers dance to, a melody of trust and commitment that keeps the rhythm of their love alive. When the music stops, when loyalty falters, the dance loses its beauty, leaving the partners struggling to find their steps. It's a reminder that without loyalty, love's elegance fades into confusion. If you want to soar together in a relationship, you must avoid the heavy baggage of secrets and lies. The wings of love are delicate, crafted from transparency and trust. Without them, even the most passionate love will find itself grounded, unable to rise above the weight of dishonesty. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Infidelity is a devastating force that can slam shut the doors that love took years to open. And once those doors are closed, they often remain locked, their hinges rusted with the pain of betrayal. making it impossible to reopen them with the same ease and innocence as before. In a relationship, the smallest acts of attention and respect are like seeds planted in fertile soil. These seeds grow into strong, enduring trees of affection, whose roots deepen over time, anchoring the relationship even through life's most turbulent storms. Forgiving infidelity is not only an act of love, but also a testament to immense strength. However, forgiveness should never be mistaken for accepting repeated mistakes. True forgiveness offers a second chance but demands a new commitment to growth and change, not a license for continued hurt. Relationships are not just about sharing the sunshine of happy moments. They are also about facing life storms together, hand in hand, hearts open to the challenges ahead. It's in these stormy moments that love proves its strength, showing that true partnership is built not just on joy but on resilience. The greatest test of any relationship isn't how brightly you can smile together during the easy times, but how you navigate the shadows together, how you hold each other close when everything around you feels uncertain. Men who kiss the back of a woman's hand are among the most courageous and faithful, honoring the quiet moments of tenderness that often speak louder than words. It's a simple act, but one that shows deep respect and unwavering loyalty, a reminder that love thrives in the little things. As we explore these quotes and moral lessons, we are reminded of the complexity and beauty involved in loving and being loved. Each quote opens a window to better understand not only our relationships with others, but also with ourselves. Whether reflecting on the importance of fidelity, respect, and communication, or pondering the challenges and rewards of true love, these phrases encourage us to seek deeper, more meaningful connections. If this video resonated with you and you'd like to continue exploring the nuances of human relationships, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us bring more valuable content like this. And feel free to comment below on which phrase touched your heart the most, or share a life lesson you've learned in your own relationships. Let's continue the conversation and grow together in understanding and love. The truth is, many of us often overlook the profound impact of the small lessons we receive from those we hold dear. It's easy to underestimate the wisdom shared by someone who has lived a long life, full of trials and triumphs. My grandmother, who carried with her 92 years of hard-earned wisdom, was a constant source of inspiration, offering guidance with every word she spoke. She taught me that love is a journey, not a destination. It's not something that happens effortlessly or magically. It's something you build day by day. Love needs nurturing, care, and, when life throws challenges your way, it sometimes needs repair. She always said that relationships are far from perfect, but the secret to their longevity lies in patience, open communication, and a deep well of mutual respect. Without these, even the strongest connection can wither. One of the most valuable lessons my grandmother shared was the importance of staying true to yourself before you can be true to anyone else. She saw too many people lose themselves in relationships, bending and twisting to please the other person while neglecting their own needs and desires. This, she warned, is a mistake that costs dearly in the long run. According to her, true happiness in any relationship stems from both people being authentic and accepting each other fully, flaws and all. Practical and grounded in reality, my grandmother didn't believe in fairy tale endings where love thrives without effort. Marriage, she often said, is like a garden. If you don't water it, don't expect it to bloom. This metaphor stuck with me. Just as a garden needs daily attention to flourish, so too does a relationship. It requires time, care, and a willingness to work through the tough seasons in order to grow into something beautiful and lasting. One of her greatest teachings was about the power of forgiveness. For her, forgiveness was not a sign of weakness but of immense strength. She always believed that the ability to forgive sets you free from the weight of resentment and hurt. But she was also clear, while forgiving is essential, it does not mean forgetting, nor does it mean allowing someone to hurt you repeatedly. Forgiveness, in her eyes, was about healing, but it was also about establishing healthy boundaries and knowing when to protect your heart. If these lessons resonate with you, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on how they might apply to your own life and relationships. My grandmother's wisdom reminds us that love, like life, is a continuous process of learning and growth. And if you want to explore more life lessons passed down through generations, stay connected with our channel. Here, we dive deep into meaningful reflections, offering valuable tips on love, relationships, and the beautiful complexities of life itself. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. What's one lesson from my grandmother's wisdom that resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you'll put into practice in your own life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. Your support helps us continue bringing you valuable lessons for a richer, more fulfilling life.